Let's have a look over on Twitch. Yeah, Twitch looks like it's working. Can I hear myself? Can I hear myself? Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Yeah, everything's coming through. Wonderful stuff. So, here's where we left off last week. The restart has you load back in at your previous printing. 3 pages, as you can see. August 1930 issue, 126,000. District hidden agenda to influence 3700. Costs are quite high, if I'm honest. We are not running a lean operation, but we are satisfying high society. We got the inspiring combo. Costs over 1100 now. Small increase. That's all fine. And typesetter leveled up, and we have a reporter level up. Now, next goal. So we've already unlocked and got access to the third page. We have the telegraphing station is next for us, so we can do that now. So we'll do that. And after that, we'll be wanting to get the day planner, the calendar, so our typesetting is stronger, and then we want to start opening up. I think we're going to look at maybe the obit desk. Telegraphing station is next for us, so we can do that now. Getting feedback. Echo, echo. Now, print at least one educational. Don't print comedy, entertainment to influence. So we have in the can, so fresh stories, a statistic story, 2 sport. That's our fresh stories. No entertainment in the can, so that's possible. Sell 140,000. That should be very possible as well. 2 influence for that. We will push forward on this. Now, this is after the first update, so the likelihood of getting these tags has been increased. They've kind of evened out some bugs. There was a significant bug with the moving of goods around the station. Now, they look like they've generated a new bug, frustratingly. So I think, yeah, we want to push up to the ad agency or the paper. So we have a statistic story in the can. It's not a fresh story. Politics and unveiling. The agenda is economy and society. Heading towards the graphic workshop actually would be quite nice. So definitely accepted this agenda. So West New York looks perfect. Head in. Let's see what we got. Read all about it. Hit pause. Okay, so we are going to prioritize society and economics. That's your agenda. Politics also needs to be generated, but that'll be easily done. You're getting repaired. Everything is still on the one floor, so we're not going to have any shifting kind of issues. 3 and 2, we could, if we see assembly kind of become problematic for us, we have the space to add another one. We've already expanded up to the next floor, so we do have the ability to grow this further. And we can get another telegraphing station in. Okay, so it has to go here. So then we're just going to move this entire setup to this side of the door. Add in the next one. Let's see who we can get. Marjorie is skilled. She has a not terrible stat. It's not a great stat, but it is not. It's not a killing stat. Then let's make her better at her job with a globe and a world map. So all of these people are getting +3. You are tired a bit, which isn't great. Center that light. We want to do a bit of comfort for this room, so we are going to need to add in another soundproofing. Actually, I think if we just add another door, another wall. So squeeze you in here, wall. Let's slide 2 of you over. And light bulb, 72% power, so that's fine. Now, we're going to put industrial wallpaper in here. That's dealt with the sound issue. We can then improve comfort. Oh, your desk already has one, so one for you. One for you, so everyone has a plant. I don't. Oh, we need a trash can for the new employee. And we haven't been generating any. We haven't been spending influence on new shiny items. Okay, slide you up to the top so then we can get you right above. Okay, that's our extra telegrapher. Don't care about the heat problems in that room. There's basically just a couple of support staff will go in there. Nobody important. Reporter wise, nobody is great. We want 2 skilled people if we're going to add them, unless we desperately need like a short-term hire for a breaking news story. You are cheap, admittedly. Don't care about less trash. Don't care about night owls. Okay. So that's our best story of the week. We need politics and unrest, and need to not print comedy. And unrest. No combos on that story apart from this news one here. Here's our first story in. Investigative and educational. So we'll definitely be taking the bottom route. No, Nikolai, you run this one down. 2 more stories. Admiral Albert passes Debbie, you run this down, a second educational one. So that's, and then Judy, you run this one down, heartbreak and society. So that is all our society stories for this week. Nobody can report that until somebody comes back. Let's get you upstairs. Neither of you. Nikolai can do the educational side straight away. Here's our next reporter. Debbie, in you go. Judy, in you go. There's no need for you to go into the building. Run down this, Judy. And Steel Tycoon, Debbie can do that. Perfect. So we already have a really solid opening set of stories. And realistically, this is going to be our back page. Where was that one? And then these educational stories are going to be our front page. Okay, another story. Potential run on savings bank. We could... There's an unrest, so that's pretty important. We don't have many... Was there somebody we could hire who could do economics? Not skilled, so... Like... We could hire Charlene just for the week. Charlene Hessen here is cheap. And the only thing I care about is economics, and I don't believe... I do have a bookkeeping. So that's the only thing you are here for. And you're not very fast at it, but you are just an extra pair of hands. More politics. 13 submarines scrapped. It's only a one tag story, so we'll send the less skilled person out on that because we don't massively care about it. Two tag story here. Dirt. Handbills hit mayor. Another politics story. This is better again. This is literally what this district wants. Charlene, we're looking for Aaron here, and then Aaron can go back out on that job. Still want politics. I wouldn't mind a bit of sport. And then your story over here. Okay, we're getting through all of our stories. 2 more in New York, so these will be... Philly, so there's less travel on these, so these will have quicker time. So, sport is not exactly a strength of ours, but there's statistics. 2 silver tags on this, so this is pretty good. Silver tag on this as well, so Marjorie can do this. And I think we are already ready for this lady to get fired. Thank you for your time. And then we're just going to put your desk and its components in storage. We're not going to bother with that tag. Negative tag, so it's a not even a one tag. It's got a negative tag on it. So Nikolai is at 21%. Aaron here is at 67. So we'll just wait for Aaron to come back in. Let Aaron run that story down. We've got new story down here, so not as important as this pennant story. So Nikolai, out you go on that. And then this side, we're waiting on Stanley. So let's wait at the door for Stanley. There's Stanley. No, it's Rhonda. Here's Marjorie. So get your story up here as well. I would rather Stanley was on this because he'll run it down quicker. And then we can look at this and Judy can go out and do that. And that is all of the stories progressed. It's just this. Now let's have a look at the printing. So this is our lead with you as the secondary. There is, I suspect, our following story, and then another sports statistics story. It's not done yet, so I'd love if that got done. So then we need to get politics and unrest. So this story here is super high priority. But we do have an economics unrest, which will tick that box, and we have a politics dirt story, so at the very least we're going to satisfy all our needs. And then we're probably looking at trying to get both of these sports silver stories in. So we'll say your priority and your priority, so that's our 3 priority stories. So this one here is nearly done and on the type test. So there's just one last part on this one. So this one, getting this one done this week is going to be challenging. It's not going to be done. It's still at our skill level, and unfortunately it's not very high. This story is not going to get finished this week. So then it's not a priority to work it. Because it's not, yeah. Let's make sure it is available next week. So this is the most important story. Economics. So society, heartbreak, economic, so unrest, dirt. Okay. It's everybody in the building. You've one job, you've one job, you've one job. We've got one extra story that's come in. We're looking for ideally this story to finish, but this is then the one we need to satisfy West New York. We need to make sure we don't run entertainment. 3 Society, I don't think we saw another inspiring story. We didn't. So then we're looking at a back page with a sports story ideally. Like either like this is obviously the better story with the silver tag, but this is a really good combo for us. So we've reached Sunday, so that's going on there with 5k combo, so it combos both tags combo, which we'd have one combo. So it's the same value as this story. So I'm going to deprioritize that story. Prioritize the story that is not going to get run this week. You're still getting worked on. I might need to pull you off the desk if we get close. So I don't want you being old news. Okay. Let's pull you. Let's put you back on the desk. And print. So a little bit of micro there on managing stories. Oh, paper. Oh my god, I've given out to other streamers on paper management. Um, 223, what's in? So let's steal your paper, let's steal your paper, let's steal the 50 from here. We'll give you back the 25. I think we're still 100 pages short. I don't think we have 100 pages in the building. 37 and 34 here. That's all the pages in the building. Idiot, not now 445. It feels like more than it should for 133,000. But, and this might be the bug that people are kind of concerned about. So the patch notes said there should be a reduction in paper requirements, and it appears to actually be an increase. Admiral Alberts passes. Education breeds confidence. Confidence breeds hope. Hope breeds peace. Always seek out the seed of triumph in every adversity. So, not record sales. Unfortunately, we do get the district and we do get the Indians. We are getting 3. That gives us 4. So, we might look at a reporter improvement rather than a typesetting improvement. Getting through our stories from a production point of view wasn't really the hold up this week. There's our district, another 2,000 subs. West New York, thank you. She's very happy with us. Thank you very much. You've reminded them that knowledge is dangerously vital. Now, give me one sec, just checking something here. So I was not seeing YouTube chat, so I'm just going to just reorganizing my screen a little bit. There we go. Now, our expenses did increase by 10. Sorry, go back a page there. 1264, 48, 52, 112. I think that is just these promotions. I don't. We might have paid $47 for the temporary staffer. Should have worked for us a little bit. Telegraphing level up, typesetting level up. Brilliant stuff. So North Bergen's available. Politics buff, politics desk. Large plants could help with comfort levels. Society boost here. typeset. The day planner is available. And let's see. Print the most society this week. So we haven't carried any society, but that's not the end of the world. That should be pretty easy for us to do. Sell 140,000. That's in theory pretty doable, given we're carrying a double silver and a silver that with a 1 combo. Now, the only thing is, if we run both of these sports stories, and we should, we'll need to run 3 society stories and no more sport to achieve this objective. But let's do that. And then we're going to continue to run north. So you want politics, defeat, and alarming. I would be happier with a different combination. Like going Central Park, heading up Manhattan. Okay. And then I don't... Well, I think there is a case for us to buff society here. Yeah, maybe head down this way. No, we'll get the day planner. Day planner is a really useful tool. And we need lots of paper, lots of paper. Okay, society. Print the most society. Okay, everybody, all the telegraphing stations need paper. Printer needs paper. There's more paper. It's all going in the printer. Another box here. Oh. It's trash can. Then I can pick up the paper. Perfect. Put the trash can back. And 1 in the toilet, and then there's only 300, so I'll do another medium order. And we have got a boost for our day planner, so 1 here. One for you. The desk alignment here is not lending itself to them both getting the boost, which is unfortunate, so I'm going to have to buy an extra one. Or you move them to a different floor and possibly micromanage them. You are feeling uncomfortable. That feels like a fake news statement. Okay, we haven't given this area anything positive. So let's give you a clock and a plant. Yeah, perfect. Hiring wise, politics and sport for 78 could be a winner here. Could be a winner for us. Absolutely could be a winner. First story's in. Debbie. Los Angeles. Laura Ingalls makes historic flight. Okay, well, everyone else is running down this, so... oh, the statistics has to go here, and Nikolai does this part. Another educational tag. So We get an educational tag here as well. So we're going to have a society educational tag match there. Society, that's our priority. Nobody can run it. We might temporarily hire a society reporter just for the week to make sure we get through all of our stories. 62 books for Lewis here. I think we'll get through the stories. Well, that was 3 that are now being worked on. A sports second page. So that's perfectly fine. Oh, one of these desks, this one here, which is right behind the printer, has too much paper. Now, society story develops. Nikolai will be back momentarily. So here we go. Nikolai, there you are. And let's just get Judy's story up, and let's get Debbie's story up, and we'll immediately assign these people out. So Judy head out west. Nikolai head here. Photos delivered by air, faster than the wires. And Debbie can head to, I think it was Denver. 320,000 for hospital fund. During Thanksgiving, a lot of money was raised. And we would have, I think, a review combo, but we're going to take the statistics story because it's just safer. Marjorie can do that story. Seeing a little concentration issue on Stanley. And story development, this then is a huge priority. It's a 4-tagger. I really like this story as well. And we then want you to be developed as well. You're getting +2, so you are a +1. And then a +1 for the day planner as well. Perfect. Statistics story development here. We will take the 2-tag part of this. Which is Debbie's remit. What was that? Dow Jones falls below 200. Falls below 200. Numbers show loss of confidence. 200. What is it, like 40,000 now? Athletes wins again. Dominant 7-1 victory over the St. Louis Cardinals. Athletics win again. The Boston Athletics. This is sort of just for the experience kind of story. 72%. Judy's concentration is 100%. I'll let her run this one up just from a training kind of point of view. Finish this story here, please. Finish this story. Finish this story. There's the 3 story priorities. Crime. Payroll car ambushed. Marjorie. Oh. No, she got lucky. Oh, there was a second part of this story. Missed that earlier. Oh, breaking news. Comedy. breaking news is problematic for print, not this breaking news high priority, and also breaking news coming in this late in the week. CBS is going to broadcast Harmony Live. Every living room will be filled with wonderful music as the New York Philharmonic is broadcast live on the radio. A technical marvel. We're living in the future. You have to report on this historic moment. Okay, it's all comedy, so we will send Stanley to the headquarters, Judy to the radio station, and Nikolai to the concert hall. Debbie can then start developing this story. No, we'll slow develop the back half of that story. Debbie can slowly run up this crime story. That one's nearly finished. That one is nearly finished. There's our lead. Society. There's a second society story. We need a politics story somewhere in the paper as well. Which is probably this story. Just still being reported on, but we've got options. We have options. So you've won. So that's nearly finished. Chance for lawsuit here. Nobody is available to report on it. We've sat on this because we need all of our comedy reporters, our entertainment reporters, to finish at CBS. Debbie's doing this. Stanley, send your story here. This desk has 2 now, so let's move one of these stories. Nope, you can stay on it. So that is finished. Breaking hot topic. So I need a comedy reporter for this, an entertainment. So you can run that up. You can run this up. Chance for lawsuit. No lawsuit. Brilliant. I haven't got the lawyer yet. That's been run. Perfect. We are Friday. And that is getting finished. That's going to be our front page. We could run Tree Sport, and if we run Tree Sport, then I think we need to put another society story on the back page. And we need a politics story, which will be this one. Or this one. None of our entertainment stories are actually particularly good for something that is hot news. It's hot garbage by the looks of it. So, story for you. Story for you. Okay, everyone has 2. Politics stories out west. Increase in women joining the union. Okay, this looks like it is purely just a small experience play for Marjorie. Marjorie is not a very good reporter. Marjorie needs replacing. So, politics, sport, and crime. We got sport rather than entertainment. I think we definitely needed to, like, skilled politics I think is useful. Okay, Continuing to watch and manage the reporting of the development of the stories. There's that athletic story that we did. Sorry, that sports story, the athletics one. So that gives us a double combo on that. That we're now not satisfying this. We do need to get another society story. We need 2 more, I think. One here. And if we run all the stories for the week, we mightn't be able to run this combination. Okay. Entertainment story in Nikolai can run that one down. Problematic. 3 tag. Well, this could go on the front page. It is old news, but it is double combo. We'd get double combo for this story as well. Okay, so we'll grab this one here. This is possibly on the back page with this Dow Jones story. And maybe this one? What do we want to run here? Well, I think 2 entertainment isn't the end of the world. Like this politics story is pretty good. There's the society story. So let's see if this satisfies. And this goes on here. No. So we can't run 3 sport because we only have 3 society stories. So we can't run 3 sport. So we will drop the Jones completes Grand Slam one as the least good of those 3. And we're then looking at just fitting something in somewhere. Like currently this would be our page. So let's get this story finished as a priority. I think you're going to go in, which would give us a statistics tag combo. Yeah, so Dow Jones. I think that's what we're looking at this week. And this London story. Oh, we have a story development. Story development. Story development. Comedy. Sorry, entertainment. Judy's the only, and there is another one closer to home, so we'll send Judy on that one, and then we'll wait for Aaron. We'll wait for Stanley to come back. Fame story, nice. Okay, so we are satisfying our agenda. We would like... So we just need any story for this page. And a better combination of stories on this page. Ideally politics. This story, ideally. Okay, so let's slide you there. And the Dow story on as our back page. So it has combos. Print the most society. Oh, we now have too much statistics. So Steel Tycoon stories pulled. And that means this no longer gets a useful combo. But you're a 2-tagger. You're all still satisfied. And we are putting this story. Do we have too much politics? No. So we can put this senator story, which might get finished in time. Failing that, it's this. So everyone's satisfied. Have enough pages. Order more for next week. Do a big load. Okay, gotta run the press. Let's see what how those stories finished up for the week. We've done plenty of micro on them. And what finished? I'd like more filter options. I'd like to be able to not like multi-layer filter. So you're a 2-tagger. Can't run that sports story. This is an improvement. Gives us 1 extra. So we get the extra tag, the extra combo. So that's 5,000 extra. -1 for the old news. So this should go up 4,000. Still satisfying this. And yeah, if the sawbox trick shocks crowd story was finished, maybe we run that. Obviously, this big trail, but what is nice is a lot of these stories. So none of these are going to be old news. These two will be binned off, and you'll be old news, and you'll be old news. But that is a pretty reasonable paper. Laura Ingalls makes historic flight, completed the journey in just 30 hours. 4 tags, including silver. 2 silvers, so that's 12.5. This is 12.5 as well, so 7.5, 12.5. So we will lead with what we were told to lead with, and then the back page. 1 old news story, but as we've shown, it is still a better story. Like, this is obviously the better story, but it then doesn't satisfy the agenda. We're satisfying both agendas. We have enough pages. Print a Pete. Record sales, 154,000. Apocalypse can mean the unveiling of the deeper self of humanity. Facts are stubborn, but statistics are more pliable. 4 points. 4,600. Got the district. You've got to get it first time to get the influence points. 3,000 subs. Feel free to subscribe. Well now, that was real honest. I feel it in my ribs. Perhaps next time we'll have that tea at my place. Completed the trying times objective. 13, 18. So our costs are continuing to go up. $50 increase, which is just, you know, the staff wages possibly just filtering up. So yeah, 3 on the production side, sorry, 2 on the production side, 1 on the reporter side, got a level up. We can now get into Columbia University and the calculator, which gives us the economics boost. We don't have a lot of economics boosts. It's also needed from a sales boost point of view. We can get a society boost down here. She wants the inspiring combo again. Well, you shut up. I was beginning to think civility had gone completely out of style. This isn't exactly a noble place. We've seen this. So this is a repiece of this story. So we'll get 1 influence per... Make as many page combos as you can of inspiring. Well, let's see if we generate more than the just 2 stories we got the last time. From a quality newspaper point of view, we are carrying... Okay, it's only a 2-tagger with a silver, so 7,500. If we were carrying multiple strong stories into the week, I might suggest that we go for the record sales. Now, we have defeat and politics already, so we're going to go Lyndhurst, which will get us closer to the graphics workshop and the paper plants. And then from, I think we, yeah, the bulletin board I think is the next thing to get. Buff Society, Buff Statistics. So we need politics stories this week in a cut with sports and economy, and her objective will be in entertainment or society. So not a lot of great overlap. We'll sit on our influence for now, I think, and see what we get if we encounter any bottlenecks. So we've got 300 pages in the can. We are doing okay on the food, but let's get a little bit more food in. Staff-wise, no 2-tag staff. Don't care about noise tolerance. Versatile is really nice, but you're starting as only a 1 skill. But so 46%, 47%, 33. So I'd be losing that. 9 books extra. Better trait. Same skill combination. Yeah, let's go for that. And they show up in entertainment and society. So, well, we're sitting on entertainment and society. That one's nearly finished. And let's see what news stories we've got. We want to see... Ooh, this is a great story. This is going to be a 5-tag story. And entertainment is just a wasteland for our skill set. Did we hire Beth? But only 1 skill? Like, I don't love it. I don't love it. let's put you out here, and then I think it's the feet we need. Yeah, so this top story is the one we want to go. So a politics angle, Julie. And then we see actually how Julie does from a training kind of point of view. So she's currently at 0 because this is her first job, and see how it progresses. We have access from a map point of view to politics, economics, society. It is entertainment we need, which is where again? Where is the entertainment? It's obviously crime. This is sport. Photo. Society. Restaurant. Farms. Food. Food. Skills. The IPA. Skills. Competitor. Graphics workshop is a different function. Yonkers. Is there no? Where on the map that you can train entertainment? So we just have to pull it out of events. That's frustrating. Okay, Nikolai, next part. New story, new story. Judy. And then let's just entertainment and society, which we are asking for. So that's the end of our entertainment stories. And then we are then going to want an alarming story, which is crime and economy. So let's ask for crime. There's a crime story. Statement and alarming, so that's perfect. We have to do both sides of this first part, so, well, Aaron can do the bottom part. Stanley would be best at the top part. Julia got 8% in what she did and 4 in the other. So that is, like, this is a really good trait, versatile. Three stories. We should be getting a fourth story. Somebody is off getting food and not running down a story. You can do that when somebody's working on your story. Chance for mobsters. I'm going to say no. I don't want disruptions to my production right now. Here is inspiring. We need to get 2 inspiring stories. Stanley's concentration is collapsing, which is not ideal. Nikolai, when he gets back here, will finish this story. Now, this is a mobster risk, but it is worth it because of what we have. Oh, 2 mobsters, not great. We probably should beeline the police station now. one tag society, like whatever. Aaron is got low concentration, so this would be Judy. And Debbie. So that's all the society, that's all the entertainment. Entertainment and society. Have we only got one inspiring story come through the door? One. They were supposed to fix that. So you're going to be our lead story. Elizabeth the Queen debuts. So then we're going to put this as a 2-tag support story. Then I think we're looking at politics back page. Though these actually maybe go to the front page, the combo with this pretty boy story, depending on what else comes in. Middle of the paper, maybe entertainment. Crime. Entertainment and society, that's all come in. We've got this story being worked on. Politics and sport, politics. So prioritise politics. There's the mobsters, unfortunately. That is frustrating. Let me just quickly check something here on the multiple scoops. So the algorithm that decides on next week's Newsweek pool has improved to lower the chances of the tags not appearing. This could be the case when you are doing a quest that requires you to print more than one of the same tag. If you still encounter this issue, please send us a bug report. Is there a bug report button right in the interface? There isn't. Okay. I'm going to do a save on that and submit that. I'm not blind, am I? There isn't a bug report button. That's frustrating. That is frustrating. Okay, get my things back in the right place. Our production has been smashed up. 4-tag story here, very nice. Aaron, start this one up. That beep 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 when somebody's returning back, that is now something you can disable. I don't mind it because I think it's helpful to know they're back because you can micro and get the stories off them. Sports story out west. The tree loom for big football title. Ooh, influence. Aaron, come on. Back, thank you. Let's finish our stories. Get back to your Julia. How's Julia doing on training? 13, 21, 17. Sports story out west. 4 influence points, and I think I think the multipliers work on that. Here's an alarming story, so that'd actually be quite a useful story. So let's just hit a pause here as we're Saturday, and let's look at our priorities. So, 1 story. Womp womp. Politics. Pretty Boy is the most important story. We have prioritized it. Let's prioritize its support story. Alarming. It is an alarming story. Sorry, weird pop-up. We have 1, 2 alarming stories. Defeats. So we are prioritizing this. We're reporting on this one. I'm prioritizing this. This will give us a double defeat tag. And like this would be lovely to combo with this Queen story because of the gossip. Let's finish this one. It's a great story. And where was that Queen story? 9 hours. So that's been kicked back to 14 hours, but it's got plenty of time to finish. How are we doing on pages? 434. Not sitting on any of the street. So we'll do a medium order of paper. And got a new politics story down in Washington. This one, yeah, it'd be lovely to finish this. Politics defeat, dirt, triumphant. You're being worked on. You're being worked on. Sports story up here. Those 2 are back in. There's 1 more story to be developed. There we go. Konzari wins by knockout. Yeah, Nikolai, go do your thing. Let's look at what is ready to go. This feels like our best story of the week. And we do have a 3rd fame story, which we'll also tag. Boom. Look at that as a front page. We don't know what we want for our back page yet, but this is a quality story. 4 tagger. So slide this one to the side and pop you there. So 3 and a silver I don't think was better. Yeah, 2 silvers on here, so that's 10,000, 15,000 as the lead. And then we are looking at this being Democrat surge ahead being a great story. But I've it's not the end of the world, these 2 sliding into next week. So from a production point of view, yeah, I think we can develop them because they're not going to finish. We still have a whole page here. From a tag combination point of view, we've got this entertainment gruesome. That would give us another gruesome. And then we go with this silly groundbreaking broadcast story from last week. No, Broadway. We're New York paper, as audience pockets feel depression. So then deprioritize that. So this is a 5, 7.5, 6,500 story. You're adding 2. So I think that is going to be a better story. Not than the front page. So 166, 167. Yeah. Yeah, very good, very good. Very good indeed. So we're starting to get through stories. It's a big save though at this stage to save up to 32. We don't want these stories being finished. Yeah, loads of time left on both of these stories. We didn't want these 2 stories being finished and then being old news for next week. We want to carry them into next week. So then we want to look at the combos. We would prefer this defeat story not to finish, and it won't. 12 hours. There's 6 hours left. Because that is a sport. It is a defeat tag. Like this obviously is a perfect combo with it. Oh, let's run water defeat bonds instead of the senator wife shock and not run the risk of getting the lawsuit. Nice. We've got all of you, and unfortunately we haven't been able to get you because you only gave us 1 story. That sucks. That sucks. Must print. Need 550 pages, 560 pages. So it's getting up there. 5,000 projected revenue. Gonna get our district at the very least. And was that a record sales or was it just short of record sales? What do we think? What do we think? Elizabeth the Queen debuts. Record sales. Politicians should read. Oh, this is a silly story. Never before have they entertained me so much. We got 2 influence. We didn't get the hidden agenda. Very annoying. But that was not in our control. We ran down every story this week. $5,000 on the positive. Sarlov. Oh dear, even the best ideas need someone brave enough to push them forward. Should have taken the mayor. No, we didn't know. We assumed that would work. It's supposed to work better now with the change in the patch. 120 buck increase in our costs. What, 1,400 against 5,000, so 36. Lots of levels. Great level, solid level. Look who finally rolls out of the ivory tower. Thought you'd be top dog forever. Why should I sell your rag, huh, buddy? There's other ink on the streets. The Empire Observer has gloss-byed real Wall Street polish. Half lies, half ads, but it sells. The Jersey Beacon. Old school that talks like your grandpa. They got sources from Albany to the Atlantic. Make Weekly Gazette work my corner or I'm start stacking other names. So we could get the text editing desk. Not a high priority just yet. Print at least 1 educational. Don't print entertainment. I think I'm sitting on a lot of entertainment. I'm sitting on 2 old news entertainments. That's avoidable. That is avoidable. Like these are our best stories. And they are politics defeat. Sorry, sport and politics. Print at least 1 scoop. So that would mean going here. Which moves us closer to the paper. Hopeful, triumphant statistics. Exclusive. Now we're not massively skilled. We might be a little early making this play. Let's have a look. Triumphant is economy and society, politics and sport, economy and sports, crime and politics. Crime and politics. So 2 politics, 2 economy. I should be opening up East New York to get over to the police station. Or Harlem to get the ad agency. Okay, we'll take your job. We'll move up here. And we will think about whether we need to spend anything from a skills point of view. Oh, hello there! So this is the lady from the tutorial. We skipped the tutorial, but yeah. We were just talking about people's perception of newspapers. She's about to explain the perception mechanic. That's right. People like their rags a certain way, you know. The serious folk, they love to read all about that informational stuff. They have a thing for quality, variety, and depth to the news. Then there's folks who love the drama, the mystery, the ultimate thrill seekers. They all about that sensationalism, hot topics, flashy photos, and tasty headlines. Golly, reminds me of the good old days. Now you might think that's it, but don't forget the moderate folk. Being moderate is good for business. Think ads, consistent coverage on all topics, a few combos here and there. My point is, know your target audience, and these rags will fly off the counter. I ain't selling no rag, champ. Exactly. How do you become a certain type of newspaper, you ask? Pay close attention to your articles. They might contain clues on how they will be perceived. I'm sure you'll get the hang of it. Have a good week, publisher. Good luck. Pause. Okay, it's still night time. I thought he had wasted my time. So this is not this is a scoop story. So we have a few options there. This is a scoop story. Judy, hit that up. This is not a scoop story. This is a perception right sensationalist. So then this is the next most important story. It's a scoop. And we will send Aaron on this, who's about to level. So we have 2 days. We have 2 days, 7 hours to get this story. And 98, Debbie, get your level. And Julia, who 26, 22, 22. Yeah, that skill, that trait is amazing. 109, Lucky. Lucky's a pretty good skill. It reduces the chance that you get away with those events. And not bothered by anything. Whatever, mate. Society and economics. It's entertainment that I'm weak on. If we check our reporters. We've 1 skilled entertainment reporter and 3 others who aren't skilled. Politics, we have 1 good skilled and then only 1 other politics reporter. So I think it might be time to hire another politics reporter. Crime, 3, 1 good. Sport, 4, 3 middling. Society, 3, 1 good, 2 middling. And statistics, 1, only 2. So we are really low on politics, which we only have 2 people for. And economy, which we only have 2, And then entertainment, where we're not very good at. And you have economy, but you don't have politics. Julia here wouldn't be the worst, but I'm going to spend a book. Mikkel wouldn't be the worst option for us to give us another skilled comedy writer. Sorry, entertainment writer. With crime and sport. Pretty decent combination. It's this combination here, but we have a particularly good crime writer with that combination. No. Entertainment. Well, it'd be good to get somebody skilled in entertainment. I don't think this combination is doing anything really for us. It's politics I need. We'll think about it. Paper's on the way. Load our paper, load our paper. Still not sure. Still skimping money on not having a resupply guy. Don't think they offer any value. Early on, anyway. Okay, well, that's perfectly fine. And 4 stories all developing. So then if we look here, this will make us sensationalist. There's triumphant politics. This would make us sensationalist as well. And more sensationalism. A little bit back the other way. And it's only on the front page that the arrows, so it's in the primary space, it moves it, and then on the front page it moves it, so the story is moved on the front page regardless. And then on the subsequent pages, it's only in the lead that it gets moved, perception-wise. So let's get these stories back in the building and working, and let's get our reporters out there. So, Judy, off you go. Sport. Stanley, off you go. There we go. We got the level up on Aaron. We will wait for Aaron to get, or Julia to get back in the building. Here they are. There's Aaron. So Julia's story can go there. Oh, dropped it on the ground. And let's get them back out. You're kind of equal. No, Aaron is the better reporter. And we should be getting another story. There we go. Society, which is Debbie or Nikolai. Nikolai 72. So Nikolai, start developing this story. Here we go. Judy's back. And Julie can go straight back out and finish this story, I think. Yep. Econometric Society founded. Econometric Society expected to become international platform. Educational 3 tags with a hopeful scoop. Here we go. 3 people back in the building. And you are about to finish that story, so you'll have space for 2. All still holding their hands in the air, but let's get our Rube Foster passed away. Negro National League he created has vowed to honor Foster's vision. Aaron, finish this up. Head to Chicago South. And then we should be getting 2 more stories in. There's a crime story, which has a chance of a fine, but comes with €500 at $500 advertising. So Stanley, whoa, yeah, we're getting fined. $200. That's not bad as long as we run it and get the $500. Here's a scoop. Here's a scoop. Ooh, chance of a spy on this one. The spies when we don't have security is going to be real bad. Real bad. Do I sit on this story for a minute? So I don't... Come on, get lucky, get lucky, get lucky, get lucky. Yes! No spy! Now, this is top story of the week. This is then the next most important story. I quite like this story just to recoup some of my bloody money. Okay, you're back in the building. Entertainment story with a scoop. Okay, entertainment. Nicola, you're our man. If you can't do it, nobody can. Statistic story, steel giant collapses. We have to pick our direction here. Now, do we want the statement or the statistics? We need to think about what we already have. We have a statistic story, but we don't. It's not exclusive. It's not a scoop. So I think we will take the statistics side of this story, which should be the better tag combination for us. And then we just gotta hope that we get a statement somewhere else. And Julia continues to farm training. Aaron, out you go. Flyweight boxing. So this is a pretty important story for us. Now we can bribe our way to making this progress quicker. I think we need Nikolai to get back to start this part. How much is it going to cost? I don't want to pay much. 150? We'll go to... You going to shake hands on that? 160. I didn't like paying 160. So now we can develop both parts of this story. So we'll send the less skilled person to... Ooh, that's not great. And then Nikolai can run up this part. And that gets us the exclusive tag. So statements are in crime and politics. So we now have a spy in the building, so we can start getting compromise stories. This is a gold tag. This is literally the most important thing we can run. You can go there for advertising money. Money, money, money. You can go here, and I think... Oh, if we run this on the bottom, we get the extra influence. It is the 2x on the influence as well, so we will do that over the sales because influence is real important. Okay, straight to just go on the front page. It's not a great seller, so that's only a 10,000 front page. That's a 10,000 front page. We've got better stories to come in, like this one here, especially this one here. So we'll be reorganizing the paper. We need lots more pages. Let's see what we got. Crime, woman shot by agents. Pretty low stake story. We'll do this Chicago Stadium story, and we'll get rid of this crime story, one-tag crime story with the possibility of a lawsuit without a lawyer. So we're just going to eat that. We would just be eating the 150 to 500 bucks on that. Letter sold for 3,200. Kind of interested in whose letter. We will have... Aaron developed this story. Nikolai will be back. That's the last story of the week. So we're in no rush to send out low-skilled people. We can just pick who we're sending out. Like none of these papers here at the back end are making this week's edition. They're just options for us. So I'm then thinking about it from a skill kind of point of view. So I like Stanley getting the skill. And I like Aaron getting the skill. And I definitely like Nikolai getting the skill. One day. So there's Stanley. Stanley can run this story. Nice and slowly. And then I think we were looking at Nikolai or Aaron. Yeah, we'll let Aaron get the experience. So everything is... This story here is super important. Yeah, we've already told it to prioritize that story. Day and a half. Yeah, that can get finished. 3 hours and you'll be finished. You're already finished. So you're gonna go here, I think. The Steel Giant for the statistics tag combo. No, you're going to go on the back page because you're then going to... these two are going to combo. And we'll just put you there as well. So we'll slide this to here. And then you're dropped. Then we want a better politics story for the front page. Or just run this. This is what's running on the front page. Which is entertainment. That story potentially. could run with this story from a gruesome point of view. Both sport. Yeah, you're not particularly useful, so this is going to be our lead. Yep. Okay, where are we now? We are Saturday, coming up on noon on Saturday. We never got the statement. I wonder whether I don't think I missed. So I had to choose between statistics and statement on one story. I don't think I messed up on not picking one of them. You're the back page, yeah. Boom. 2x economy. There's my hopeful tag. Oh, the Steel Giant story can now come back in. So instead of this 500 bucks, no, we lose money by not running that ad. Okay, but I'm getting combos here. You were just a one tag. Sport. Oh, there's the spy. There's the compromised. Do you know what? We drop this illegal gambling venue found story in here. No real combos on it, but that's fine because it gets us our ad revenue. Then you're going to go here. You're going to be the lead. And you would be a one tag combo and make us informational. You would be a one tag combo, make a sensationalist. So what is our? It's entertainment, inspiring. Oh, and it's picked up a compromise tag, of course it has. Boo. Oh, hate this story now. 2 negatives on it, so it's only 4,000. That sucks. Okay, so let's look what it was our politics combo point of view. Okay, this is no risk and has the same 2 combos. So that's better. There's no need to prioritize that story. Triumphant. There's a triumphant benefit here. Got some defeat stories. Exclusive is coming in. That's going to be run. Yep. I think it's all just down on this story here for our lead. There it is. 182,000 sold. Moderate paper. Got 4 of the 5. We only saw statements alongside statistics. It's possible I missed another option at statistics, and I just got unlucky in my gamble. But we're running 4 scoops, which times 2 influence will be 8. Plus, we have this story here on the second page, which is 2 times 4 influence for another 8 influence. So this is going to be 16 influence this issue, plus the 6 in the pocket. Roll the presses. I want to deprioritize this story. I'm going to prioritize this story, which we're just going to bin. Prioritize this story that's only a 1 tag. And then as she gets close to finishing, we'll give her the afternoon off. And then might as well order paper, or how are we doing on paper? 868, and we're going to need 600, so we will need more pages next week. So let's order it now. If we had the ad interest enabled, we would get an ad for statistics. You need to get to 4 and then 8 stories with that tag to get the ads. Okay, so we will put her back on her desk to finish the week. And we will run our paper. And I'm just going to throw this one in the bin. Print it, Pete. Today, I'm already joined. Okay. How do I deal with moderation? Now, 182,000 newspapers sold. I'm opposed to any form of tyranny over the mind of men. Statistics. Never in my life have I read something as special as this. 17 influence, 8 from the story, 1 for the record sales, 8 for the agenda. 5,500, increase of a couple of $100. Yeah, the barbarians are through the gates. Hopefully they'll learn grammar soon. He should be speaking with Giles, you know, Giles. We got 4,000 sales. We made the mayor happy. We've mainly been pushing this, but the plan is high society, primary, mayor, secondary. But because we wanted to push into an area with scoopage, and he had a great bonus, it was just a great opportunity to get a load of influence. And I worked out how to remove spam. So next week, if we stay in this zone here, we will get an item. If we slide here, we'll lose 20% of our sales. Costs probably went up a bit. No. Ah, they did. 4%. 1483, 50 bucks. Level for Aaron. Level for Debbie. Level for Robert. Level for Stanley. brilliant week. Now, we have 23. I'm very tempted to save for the paper for the next page. But I think start getting a discount on paper is worth doing. Unlocking the illustration would be pretty cool and something we can already do. I think I am going to go hit East New York here so we can get to the police station. I need to get the security boot, and I wouldn't mind getting the the crime modifiers. Vulgarity stays on that side of the Hudson. Darling, over here, no, don't dawdle. I'm only between trains and relations. Have you seen the newsstands lately? Shouting match, pamphlets, and tabloid tantrums. Apparently, spectacle now passes for substance. You're not the only one chasing sales anymore, and some of these upstart rags will print anything to beat you to it. Let's not allow noise to drown out nuance. Maybe start leaning a bit to the informational side and let the Jersey Beacon go for sensational pieces. Don't print gossip, be informational. Don't print dirt, get 4 influence. Well, we want to be on her side. Without accepting, can I see where we are? We're moderate, but we're on the sensational side of moderate. I don't think this week... I think this week we want to stay moderate. To get the bonus item. We have a gossip story, but it's all news. Where you're not sitting on any dirt. We need crime and tragic, which is fine. How can we see... our... Can I click on us? No. Okay, what's the mayor want? Your paper prints faster than I can process subpoenas. Careful now, the city's got ears and none of them like being named in bold. No option from them. We're not going to do a math view one. Okay, we will try for this. I think we're definitely getting the one for the area. It's only a 2 area. And let's have a look at the space. We do have space in our office. I would like the extra page as soon as possible. And the extra one of these guys. So the next one of you is 8 and the next page is 32. But illustrations, I think, will start giving me gold tags. No, oh, I accidentally clicked it. I don't think we have the money, and I'm not convinced we have the space for... So the illustration desk. Well, let's put you on the group. We'll put you by the desk. You then need a repo camera, which is big and loud, and the chemical engraver. So I think you are going downstairs, which I think will move the repair upstairs. Then I think we can fit you here if we move one of these, or just slide the sweep station over. And then if we move you to be on the ground floor, we can fit the chemical engraver upstairs. We then need a wall with a door. We need a light for this room. A light for this room. We need to deal with smell, so we'll start with the tiling. We'll also give you a clock because it's prestige. Vent. Small fan. 2 small fans. Okay. And well, the engraving is we've only one person available, so 6 to 8 bucks, not bothered by heat. Okay. Then we've only one person for this skill. They're very cheap. Cheap, but not slothful is fine. And we've not been offered anybody with this skill, so we'll have to refresh for this. So then noise, we'll go with industrial paper and an acoustic. Then we'll give you a clock. You didn't get your clock, there you go. Let's make sure the repair guy's happy. I'm going to just slide these guys over. Why aren't they moving? Slide you over. Slide you over. Move you there for now. Move you to be here. Door. Noise. Light. Clock. Move you on this side. Just put you in stash and sorry, give this guy back his clock. And we'll move this team into the corner. There's your door back. Refresh. 2 options. The machine that is being worked on breaks down more slowly, and you have an engraver skill. Let's have a look at my engraver. She is not skilled. She was just cheap. No, you're fired. So you're in here, and you're in there. Okay. You then need... Okay, I don't have the points to give you your desk pencils, or you your sharpness chart, or you your engraving equipment. I didn't actually mean to click and set this up. I was more talking about it. Are you the repair guy? No, you're the sweeper. Let's put you guys by your desks. Are you the repair guy? No, typesetter. Is the repair guy in this room already? Yeah, just get you where you need to be. Okay. Big development here. We have money, so like if we needed to go up, we could, but we would need a loan to do that. And no skilled politics reporter, which is the other thing we're after. So we're after crime and heartbreak, which shows up in Crime and Society, and we are to be informational, no gossip, no dirt, sports and entertainment, sports and politics. Okay, so crime and society, and let's start running it. 561, might as well get a bit more in, and see there's our 10% discount. One tag. Cool. Stanley, start this up. Crime, to do both parts. So politics and crime. Julia is shattered. Society, Judy. There's a heartbreak. Sorry, tragic. Nikolai can run down this minor story just to get it off the books. Okay, crime progresses. We've got our clue insider for the silver tag. Julia is now completely tanked, so we're waiting for Stanley to get back. There's Judy. And Stanley's there. Perfect. Stanley, out you go. Judy. Society. Perfect. And a politics person is Aaron, who is in the next cab. Here you are. Aaron, there you are. And out you go. And while we're here, might as well give this story upstairs as well. And we can progress and get paper into the building. 700. Running it on. New stories, new stories, new stories. Tick. Welfare strained in economic hardship. These street kitchens, who finances them, says local sheriff. George Source. Nikolai. Go get that gold tag revealing. Boom, we're starting to hit gold tags. Oh, here we go. Here's our first illustrator. So waiting for Debbie to get back. I think I saw Debbie. That's Debbie there. There's Debbie. And then when she's finished, we can send out our illustrator. $14. 8 hours, 1 hour. Perfection. New stories, new stories. Soup kitchen expansion. Wow, this soup kitchen seems to be what everyone's talking about. Judy, run that part. I could do it more society reporters. Crime and our first illustrator, Roxanne. Roxanne. Local union halls. Teamsters under siege. Union boss family linked to notorious gangsters. Photography, I think, is gold, so the illustrators are not gold, which, fine. So chance at protesters. Send Debbie. 5 protesters. That is no bueno. You've got in the building, which is great. You have not got in the building, but I can drag your story to get it in the building. So there's still society stories and crime stories available to us this week. Print an informational newspaper. Okay, this society story has advanced. CBS radio sermon blocked. Ban causes public outrage. This is sensationalist, so not ideal for us. What do we have here? We have to bribe for this, and it's sensationalist, so no thank you. And so Judy, run this down, and then Nikolai, you can run this down. This is great. So this is going to be a high priority because it is influential. Crime story, bogus ticket rider caught. This is informational as well. So we are currently here. We want to go 2 to the left. We want to land on this spot right here, which will still get us the item, but have us in the informational. So this lead story here, I think this moves us. It just moves us 1. Okay. These are less important for us. This is next most important story for us. You're blocked outside. Well, let's get your story inside then. And see, I can't sort on these. Yeah, soup kitchen story. Teamster story. Teamster story on the front page because it has the alarming combo. Then I think we could put good stories and balance. So we're now in the spot we want, and we have 1, 2, 3 more movements. So we can go 1, 2. Okay, so we can only have 2. So I think we're gonna have. So we could go society heavy front page. 1, 2 society. Or we could make this be the lead on another page. So if we put this here as the combo with this CBS story. Where's the CBS story gone? There it is there. That we need heartbreak. We need tragic. It's got silver, 3 stars. The soup kitchen story is going, I think, up top. Society and oh, it's inspiring, not alarm. There's an alarm. Pop you here for now. There's a crime page developing here with this Teamster story. Okay. Teamster story finished, soup kitchen story finished, CBS story finished. That is what we want. I'm sure we'll develop more stories as the week goes on. Like this one, gold, revealing. This could jump right to the top of the pile. This is the soup kitchen story we're interested in. We liked it even before it got a politics and revealing tag. Like, yeah, this is our lead now. And just make sure all parts of that are ticked. Now, sports story. Rose Bowl. Alabama wins 24-0. I kind of don't care, but Julia gets good experience. 36, 39, 31. So we can't run this one this week because it has dirt, but we could, like, sack this middle part of the story off. to get to the statistics review part of the story. Five stories left. And I think I want politics. Statistics. Judy, out you go. So, unrest, statistics, alarming, educational. So, 12.5, influential. 4.5 million Americans unemployed. Results release amid deepening depression. Philadelphia, General Smedley Butler accuses Mussolini. Oh, so this is the... so wait until you see the consequence of this story. How do you think this guy is told to handle this story? US issues apology for hit and run remarks. Smedley was right. Stanley can do this side of the story. Okay, develop here in the New York, the unemployment story, statistics. Wait for Judy, I think. So Debbie would take a day, 1 hour. Judy is in this taxi. And there's Judy, assignable, 22 hours. Big saving on the time on that one. And Aaron can do this sports story. Man Canera, US debut. Bomber Cavalier taunts Canera to fight in Portland. 1 story, 2 stories, 1 story, 1 story, 1 story. So we're balancing our production really well. So I think we loved this story. Don't know if we loved it as this page versus this page. Now we need to move 2 left still. We've got 1 here from this. So was there any more tragic? Yeah, old news. Politics. Not really. We still satisfying your objective? We'll get there. We'll get there. So this old news story possibly is the best thing we can support. And this unemployment story is informational. And then I think we're going to put this Teamster story on the back page, which is also informational. Now we only want to add 2 of these informational. So we might rejig the pages or whatnot. Roll the paper. Okay, everyone is kind of pretty similar skilled here. This is a pretty good story. And are we getting a fine? 450. Ouch. And oh, we got more stories. We got more stories. Debbie, there you go. Still 1 more story to catch on the wires. There we go. Sports story up in Boston. Local tennis match won at net. So, it's a review story. And do we have a review story? We have 1 review story Could we kick this review story into next week? Statistics and review, and I think we could. Oh, it will be next week. Okay. In which case, this story is worth running down. Another fine, though. No fine. Got away with it. Brilliant stuff. I don't know why the cops are on my back so much. You've won. You've won. You've won. You've none. You've... And we've none sitting in the out trays. Okay, you do a story. Oh, I could have moved that for you. There's our lead. There's our lead. Oh, wow. 3 combos. We are getting society. We are getting politics. And we are getting revealing. Boom. Now, we need to go one more to the left. I don't... Oh, we are nearly have to print. So this unemployment story is not going to finish. So, like, we can pop... Oh, we want to pop this story on the back page here. There's our illustration. That's the new feature we've added. That's what we just paid a load of money for. I think this one isn't the best because I think we can pop a crime story in here, which is 2 tags and will give us even more pages sold. Papers. We're going to land where we want to. We're on the we're now informational, but we're still in the get a reward and don't give away 20% of our sales. Feck you, Solomon. Could we do a better story than this society story? No. So we're satisfying all her agenda. We've got informational. We're not printing gossip or dirt. We've got crime and heartbreak. So this is 5,000. This is a 4,000 story and then has 2 combos. So 9,000. So, you know, like a sloppy gold tag. Yeah, I think that's where it's at. That's where it's at. Lots of society and crime this week, so we would have got 2 ads. We don't even have... We haven't even finished this newspaper. Now, we cannot put anything with an arrow on it. We could go with... Well, definitely not this because the arrow. Not that because it's gossip. Just any of these 2 taggers. Do any of them have a combo that works for us? It doesn't look like it. So I think that's 5,000 because of the combo, which is going to be 217. Yeah. So kind of a weird story to end up on the front page. But we've got 2 good stories that will get finished on Monday. This one maybe Tuesday. Rose Bowl, Alabama wins. So that's presumably a game played on Saturday that we won't have ready until next week's paper. It's amazing that that's even relevant at all. Oh, when we're a little short. So we'd have to pay $29. That $29 is fine. Print it, Pete. Okay, FPS is holding up. I'm just checking everything there. A people that values its privileges above its principles loses boat. This making me sad. We're in year 2 of the game, 1931. That's why we have the scale, the agendas. 6 influence, 4 for the hidden agenda, record sales, and the district. Thank you very much. Boop. Good, good, you're learning. While they're chasing attention, you earned authority. And what did we get? I don't need the baseball bat. Like, I'll take the baseball bat, but I need an entertainment. Like, I haven't even got the film poster. Or do I? I have the film poster. That's all I got. Our costs have gone way up. 3 new staff hired. Three reporter skill ups. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Make our way towards the Photo Academy potentially. So we can get the magnifying, and crucially we can get the security boost. So we've got 9. I'm going to spend no more than 5. So I have the ability to get the security boost. What is our next objective? Print educational, don't print entertainment. Non-entertainment, educational. We got one in the can. Yeah, thank you. Done. Educational shows up in economy and society. Don't print entertainment. We have all of this in the book, so we'll move north into Harlem to go get the admin. And we could make you better at your job, or we could make you better at your job, or we can make you better at your job. I didn't see what the... I should have paid attention to how the story moved through the production. I suspect it's on the production side that the problem was, not on the reporting side. Hit pause. Paper. We need politics, economy. I heard economy. I heard politics. Let's have a look at our staff. 1 photo processing. 1 photo processing. You're quite expensive. Gains experience 50% faster. Quick study is really good. 109. Our next assembler potentially, but like, I think we've a particular. I think 3 and 2 is fine. And then we got a baseball bat. Pop that there for 2 of you, and oh, I might have to buy 2 baseball bats. Oh, and no, I don't, because this person doesn't have, Julia doesn't have entertainment. Okay, so that's 3 people who got a skill up on sport. 4 people got a skill up in sport. And we haven't spent any influence, but that's fine. There's our paper. There's our story. Get our paper in, get our paper in. Get our paper in. And order another 300. First story. Statistics with a hopeful. Debbie can do this one. WPA, work starts in town. Crews break ground. It's kind of a Nuttenberger story for us. We're hoping for a better statistic story. Okay, here we go, here we go. Yeah, Debbie can finish that when she gets back. Aaron, run this down. So there's a possibility of losing an ad, but joke's on you, I don't have the ability to get ads. Entertainment, statistics, and illustration. I need statistics, so we're definitely going top side. We're going top side, and we need to wait for Debbie to get back. Here's Debbie. Send your story inside. And then Debbie can head straight back out. Then the illustrator will do the second part of this. Another illustrator story here with statistics on it as well. So Stanley can run down the crime side of this story. And nobody's available for the statistics story. And we need to order food. Where's our other food station? Well, let's just split the food load between the two of them, but we have ordered food. There's our food, 1 box in each. Okay. Here's our reporters. Our reporters are back. See? Everyone's got a story to process. Let's ooh, gold revealing. But yeah, need Judy go do this one. And then yeah, Debbie and Judy are out doing this. Is there more economic stories available this week? There are. Nobody is skilled. You're all useless. You're even worse. Yeesh. Second illustrator, if I could fit one in. Fit one here. That's an illustration story. And that's an illustration story. Sweeper boy, up you go. Oh, I've got rid of the wall on the toilet. And we'll put the second one here. One fish. Fit there. And then you can slide up one. And illustrator. Second illustrator. I don't think lucky matters. $56 is cheap. Bring in the bold loser. No. Sorry, bold loser. You've gained 36 skill points. You cost 68 bucks. You cost 56. You're gone. Clara is better at this. And I think I saw politics. Only one skill though. There's another economics person, so if we're getting absolutely trolled on economics. Prioritize that. So, right now you're the lead story. I'm sure we can do better. And economic story here. Okay, Silverman. In you go. Debbie. In you go. Okay. Debbie, progress this. Lost an ad deal, but that's fine. I can't generate any ad deals. So, joke's on you. So you take a day and 4. Let's go to the map. And get the desk pencils. So you get one. And you get one. And then comfort. Where's comfort counter? Have a clock. Have a plant. Have a plant. In the absence of something useful, have a plant. Then illustrator. Day and 1. Day and 4. Okay. It's a bit. 10 hours I'll be able to progress that. And oh, someone's already progressing this. There are still stories available. Economy and society. So give me some society. Roxanne. Day and 4. Yeah, so these illustration jobs are long. So they stay in the building. They don't go out. Which also means they don't get trapped by protesters. Local reforms use red smear. Bosses spread charge. Professor candidate issues out. Then here's our goal story. Oh. Pause. Food rights. Aaron and Julia. 3 hours. A day and 5. What story is Julia on? So take her off that story and get her on this story. She can go to the police station. And then Aaron is back in the building, I think. He can do the other half of that story. Hit pause, hit pause, hit pause, hit pause. So then when they're finished, they'll go to the treasury to finish this gold story, which then will be Hot Topic. This will be Hot Topic as well. This will be Hot Topic. I definitely need a temporary politics reporter. Henry. Do I have a desk? I think I have a desk, yeah. Henry. And then the only thing I care about is politics, and I think you already have your politics boost. Okay, so then out you go. A day and 9. $16 hours. Oh, there's another educational. So that's also a really important story. Okay, how are they getting on with this? 6 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. Statistics. Judy. Okay, Judy's finished her side. Aaron will have his side finished in a second. There's Judy. Straight out, Judy. Straight out. Okay, he's already on that story. There. Hot Topic, politics. Okay, there's Aaron. And Henry. Is Henry our new politics reporter? He is. So that's 2 more politics stories that can be run up. So Aaron to run down this story in San Francisco, I think it was. That Judy, Judy's on that. Judy's on that. So SF Oakland Bridge authorized. Congress approves construction of the state-built toll bridge. Now, let's finish that story. Chicago riots, massive story. This High Court rules has a gold tag on it. And then the prioritizing these are irrelevant because it's not the same people. So, after, so after it's going photo processing, chemical, and then it will go to the assembler. Okay. So this is with the illustrator's done their job. It's now with the repo. You have 8 hours. We are Friday. This is 2 days away from being finished. 8 a.m., 8 a.m. This should be fine. I don't think I need to spend influence to speed up this camera process. But there... Yeah, because this story has already progressed through the camera stage. It's with the chemical engraver. And it's at 6 hours left on that. So these guys are syncing up. 8 hours, 6 hours. So that's not a bottleneck. 7 stories still to come in. I don't have the points to get the next telegrapher. It's 6. It's 8. 8. Okay. Statistics. Debbie. Corn kernels fed the machine. And where are we at on paper? 600 pages. That's Let's just get a little load in. Oh. The bridge story has progressed. Judy, do this part. Educational is a requirement for the week, so that would be a combo for us. More society. What's our hot topic? I think politics was hot topic, and that's all gone. Okay, so then what? Crime. Sport. Crime and sport look like they're the more useful secondary subjects. So we'll ask for those instead of entertainment, which also we're not to run this week. So there's my paper. Okay, Debbie, send your job up here. Sports story. And 50%, 68%, but yeah, we're just in the best reporter out. We're Saturday, late on Saturday. Let's look at this story. Is 17 hours away. It's with the assembly. We've told it to be prioritized. This one is with the typesetter. We've told it to be prioritized. This one is the Rose Bowl story is finished. Let's try that on the back page. We can give it a double tag combo. And that, I don't think that upset anyone. No. We need an unveiling, which we have in this High Court story. Perfect. You're going to be our lead. Okay, so then... Now this story could be worse. The front page. Yeah, there's a politics front page, which is this bridge story and the Chicago protests. And the High Court. There's our unveiling. Okay. That all looks pretty tasty. Roll the presses. Last stories of the week. Stanley, start that one up for next week. Julia developed this one just for the experience. Nikolai got this one. There should be one more story. There it is there. Influence for this one. And a review story. 64% experience. Judy, at you go. Or do I wait for Stanley to come back? No, Judy, at you go. Do I care about keeping Henry around? Yeah, it's not like I've got a lot of politics. He's definitely someone I want to fire, but he doesn't have to go immediately. 10 hours on this story, 14 hours on this story. Ooh, 6 hours, okay, but I did... No! What happened there? My priorities got kicked. And neither of these stories finished. Okay. I've got to run this story. So I think you're then the best story I could run in the week. Well, that's a nosedive. Los Angeles theaters figures failed. Fiscal figures breakdown. Okay. Yeah, like, look at that. Should have been 2 silver tag combination. Oh, there's a better revealing story. And what did we manage from a politics point of view? 6 hours, we didn't get this. So we have the educational in. We have everything. Okay, we have everything in we need. And we're not going to lose sales. So, like, we could move. Oh, that's a combo, 2-tag combo. You're a 2-tag combo. We could, like, the politics is hot news. So I've 3 finished politics stories. None of them have a second combo with each other. One of them combos with this on the unrest and on this on the unrest. $12.5, $12.5. This is the Rose Bowl is our best story. So the sports page becomes our lead. Okay, local tennis. We need an unveiling story. Which is this statistic story. Possibly there. But I could go on this page. Oh. We have a better sports story. Do I have a dirt story? Hopeful story? Okay. And put you there, and I think just you there. It's very frustrating. So that's 1-tag combo. 1-tag combo. Politics. Politics and dirt. So. Oh, but I can't be right because I then end up losing sales. Okay. That was the problem there. 2-tag combo on this. Yeah, I think this is where we're at. Only not even 200,000 sold. Like, look at this here. 10, 15, 20,000 without bonuses. 10, 20 without bonuses, like the politics bonus. So, like if I just remove this for a second, so I'm losing 5,000 and one bonus. So it's a 2-tag story. So this is a 2-tag story without the bonus. So 192.5. I sell more without the bonus. Oh, that's not the bonus story. You're the bonus story. Yeah. Okay. So it's an effective combo. Oh wow. Got absolutely robbed. I don't know what happened there that kicked the priority the wrong way around. This food rights story finished. Yeah, we'll just sit and affect a lot of politics stories next week. Okay, not losing sales, staying informational, which will get us our first unlock, I think. We're getting the district, we're satisfying the agenda, so not the end of the world, no record sales, and yeah, that's just frustrating. That is frustrating. Oh, what could I have done better there? Yeah, should have managed. You win some, you lose some. I know, I did. Ever increasing value. No, it wasn't. Line did not go up. Line did not go up. I've successfully painted more of the map, but line did not go up. 5,700. 2 more subscribers. The price of knowing. You've reminded them that knowledge is dangerously vital. Perhaps there's hope for the city yet. Keep pressing. New reader interest, tag variety. So for every unique tag you print, you get 200 extra sales. The extra sales per unique tag increase as the amount of unique tags increase. That is cool. And then we want to be on the left or in the middle. So here we would get a training opportunity for Power Broker, add 12 hours of reporting time and an influence point to politics or economics. So if we spend 12 hours more reporting it, it's worth an influence point. Or Climber, 50% faster on stairs. It's only one person that gets this training. Like in theory, the transporter is probably the most useful person to get that, and I don't even have them. 11th hour, if an item is at least 50% done on the last hour of Sunday, it will be complete before the end of Sunday. Oh. Could we swing all the way Sensationalist to get 11th hour? Nearly 2,000 on the expenses, so 200 increase. 57 on the in, 2k on the out. Kind of standing flat. Judy got a level. Nikolai got a level. Doris got a level. What do we think, chat? What do we think? We have unlocked the ad agency though, and I'd love to get it, and I have the experience for it. Do I have the space for it? Oh no, I bought it. Print society the most. I think politics is the thing we're best at the moment. Like, given we carried an absolute shed ton of it over. I'm not sitting on a single society story. I'm sitting on 1, 2 unprocessed politics stories, 2 unprocessed crime stories, 3 unprocessed crime stories, and I want to print, and I will be looking to print these 2 politics stories and this crime story. That's economics as well. That's economics. So I've got 2 politics, 2 economics, 1 crime that are definitely going in the paper. And then when you print this kind of like story, then maybe you put the 2 of these in combo with it. Like there's a, you know, a sport combo. Oh, it's 3 economics. No, I can't take that job. Sell. Yeah, we will try and sell a new record. We will try and sell a new record. We have everything that Long Island wants, and that starts moving us towards Astoria to get the courthouse. Let's go for it. Pause. Paper. Can't move you. Move you though. Okay. Just sell. Economy and sport. Economy. Crime and society. And then if I look at our... So economics and politics, I think, is our priority. Economics, politics, society. Okay. Economy, politics. Oh, I like this entertainment story that we're coming into the week with. It's got 4 influence points. We'll find a place for that in the paper. Oh, yes, we will. It's a review story. I don't have any review stories so far. So far. Oh, you don't have one on your desk. I took the one that was supposed to get added to you. There's the paper. Get it in. Oh, we need to get the sales desk going. And as soon as, and we've space right there. And we've nobody who is particularly good at this job, so Cassie will hold down the force because it needs to exist for a week for this interest to have been converted. 1 hour, 14 hours, 8 hours. Order more paper. First store is coming in. Electric dry shaver. Whatever next? Inspiring politics, educational. Nothing for this. Philadelphia's airlines in trouble. Propaganda. That's a negative trait. I do want unrest, but I'm pretty sure unrest is not going to be a problem for me. Gone. Influence. We're not prioritizing crime, he says as the crime one shows up. Well, politics and unrest is better for us. So we will send Aaron on this. We'll take the politics route on this because I think we want that. Okay. New stories in. Ballots run short. Triumphant and dirt. 8%. Oh, you're the just. Yeah. If there is a toss up, it's always going to be Our Lady who just gains more experience. Let's just balance our paper. Oh, it's not shifting the balance correctly as I wanted there. Okay, here's a report. Oh, very nice story, very nice story. Judy needs a break though. She's in danger of creating sloppy work. Judy can have a break. I will tolerate it. Just a little. Chicago. Chicago's judge, unreliable. Politics and unrest. Aaron, out you go. That is all the economic stories done. Crime and society. Politics and economy. Crime it is. Economics is the hot topic. Washington has approved the record $48 million contract for the Boulder Dam, handed to the 6 companies syndicate. Thousands of jobs are promised as the Colorado awaits its taming. Get a reporter on this. History has been poured in concrete. I don't love risking Judy on this. Don't love that. Out you go, Henry. This needs to be started before the clock runs out. Okay, Judy is back to full. She can do a bigger part of that story. Julia can just do this minor story. And then I'm waiting on Debbie to finish and get back. There's Debbie. So I'll give your work in and send you straight down to the Capitol to report on this. Washington calls it progress while accountants call it heartburn. Crime story, deadly street bomb down in Miami's Maine. Stanley, find out what's happening. Now, if I could get a load of sensationalist stories and go all the way to the right, that would be pretty tasty. Get you in the building, get you in the building. New story, more crime, Nashville, body found in trunk. You all are on that. What's this, a police fine? Oh, 250, that's not the worst. That's not the worst. And society story out in San Francisco. Mind Blast Trops crew. Judy, probably? Yeah. And there's the hot topic. No? Did we not trigger the hot topic? Aaron. Charts lift bats in baseball champ. Illustration in the middle. There it is. Hot topic, hot topic. Okay. Lead. Supporting story. Page 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10,000, 10,500, 22,500, 10,000. You're 22.5 as well. You create like a crime second page. Which I quite like. I'm sure I can make this work. Ooh, we need one more. We want to at least get climber. I'd rather have power broker, I think. But I'd love to be all the way to the right. But I think going from one side to the other is hard. Oh, this was the sorry I meant to put in there. Like I'll find a space for you. I will find a space for you. You're going into the newspaper. The electric dry shaver, which will combo with you. So make sure you get finished. Not loving the second page. Like a pair of crime gruesome stories isn't the worst. Like that's one match. Yeah, I think it's this. Let's see what else we can develop. The electric dry shaver is going here, which would be just the, it'll be 2 tags combos, the economy and educational, and we'll shift us back left, so we'll just stay as an informational paper. Unique tags is a bonus, so that's where this is quite useful. So if I remove this 27,200, there's 66 coming in for this. So each unique tag will get you 200 extra sales. But it went up 6,200, and these were 2 unique sales. Now it's on the ×2. Is that what's mattering? Need to work out what that means. I don't think I'm running a gossip story. Let's just test this. This gossip story. Oh, well, it's not finished. Okay. What else is unique? Triumph? Defeat? Defeat is unique. And hopeful is unique. Okay. But do we have spores? Yes. Okay, so this is 2 unique tags, not in a prime position. So 27,200 went up 7,000. If we put that in a better spot, same. Okay, the prime spot doesn't matter for this. 227,000. This should have only added 5,000. Oh. Is it counting the 5,000 it's doing itself, plus then is it 2,200? Not sure. Heartbreak. Well, I need a heartbreak story, actually. So... Like, so I want to improve that heartbreak story, but at least it's there. And this now makes not comboing better. Just super interesting. That is super interesting for changing the rubric of what you're trying to achieve. Okay, Debbie, send your story there. Stanley, send your story there. Everyone has 2. I have 2 illustrators and neither of them are working, and there is only 1 story on offer. Still alive, still alive. Hello, hello, hello. Testing, testing, testing. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, my monitor screen turned off the feed. Okay. Chance for an injury on this story, so we don't want to send our best person on that. So, Henry, have at him. NCAA Wrestling Championships. Henry, you go to Providence. Is the better story. 6 days in hospital. Bloody hell. Nikolai, you go to Providence, but you'll actually not get hurt. And then we don't have anybody who can do the second part of the story. So this is going to be a 3-tag story. Review, sport, triumphants. Okay, there is Judy. Judy's story is this one. Judy can head straight back. Can't she? 44%, 17%. Yeah, Judy heads straight back. Volunteers drive second shaft. Making it a hopeful story. What should have been a tragic story is now hopeful. And that's a crime story with a red herring. Here's the engraver story. And 1 hour, 1 day, 1 hour, 4 days. So 3 hours difference on the 1 tag, on the 1 skill, which isn't a lot. We've unlocked this part. Gold story for breakthrough with a red herring. So this is actually a fake story. But it's informative. So Debbie needs a break. I saw a taxi pulling up. So there's Aaron. There's Julia. And I think Stanley is the person who's going to be heading back out. I'll give your story on this side. And Stanley, you go run up this story. Tag pointed to hotel. Let's look at our production. So this story then becomes super important because it's got a gold. So 10, 17.5, 16.5 thousand. So we've got better stories, but it's pretty good. 5, 10, 15 on this one. And it's on the front page. And then it got an extra 7.5 for the combos. And then I think the inspiring was a new tag in the paper as well. So here's where adventurous and gruesome are then advantageous for us. So we can test this here. So 266,700, this is saying 46,200. 266,700, 46,200. This tag, this story, replaces a non-duplicate. Oh, it's not finished. Well, I want that story finished for science. For science, I tell you. And I quite like that story at the bottom. Okay. For science, he says. Does not appear to be a priority story for anyone working a desk. Because they've got, you know, like, they're working this story, which I have not set as a priority, over this story, which I said is a priority. There we go, it's finished now. So, 266,700 and 46,2. So we would be gaining the 2.5 combo, but I think we are going to stay flat because of this informational bonus. No, we lost. Okay, perfect. That's good to know. So we... Oh, yeah. Sorry, we lost sales. So the informational bonus is better than the tag combo. So 26500, 1,700 is what we got over and above the combo, which sounds like it's worth 4,200, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Probably am. Paper. 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 Yeah, you're all fine. New story, new story. Charts lift bats in baseball champ. Bats wake with new charts. And Aaron is now our best person by far, 82%. But 1 hour 6, 1 hour 3. It's only 3 hours difference. We will let Nikolai get the experience on this. So Nikolai is currently at 82. And there's a different sports story out here for Aaron. Okay. So society and entertainment are the last two stories. Okay, let's bring this into the building. We'll drop it on this desk here because these people are off comforting themselves. Oh, you appear to be dropping something off at somebody else. New story, new story. Entertainment and unveiling. Slides left. 19. Okay. A stage can build more than sets when it carries a nation's work. Troop opens New York. And there should be one society story left. There's Aaron. Finish this story. 8 and 15. Perfect. Yeah, this chart story is pretty spectacular. But the delay on waiting for the illustration in the middle was very annoying. I think there's a case to be made for that we don't need 2 illustrators. 64% experience. $50. How much am I paying? I'm only paying you $68 to basically do nothing. Not the end of the world. Okay. New story, last story. Nashville. Uncle strayed in wildlife reserve. 17%, 15. Yeah, let you go, Debbie. That's the last story of the week. You are... And... Oh, we know... Oh, sorry, there's another part of this story that we never ran down. Roll the presses. Okay, so best story of the week is going to be next week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different tags on it, including a forecast, statistics, the illustrations. That's 10, 20, 27 and a half on that, and it's definitely next week. We have a gold star story here that has a red herring on it. So it's 10, 17 and a half, 16 and a half. And I think it would then get at the very least it gets a bonus for the breakthrough being a unique story. So I think it replaces this Chicago as the lead on this page. That slides to here. And the gruesome stays in the newspaper. We get the combo on alarming. We get the combo. We keep the combo on crime, and then we get one new tag. I don't know whether the negative tags count for this informational. Probably not. But we keep the unique tag. We gain a new unique tag. It's the same informational orientation. We are like underselling the back page to get 4 extra influence, and I'm perfectly happy with that. Yeah, it's just finishing this story here. So pop you to there, get rid of you, and you go in here. 281, and just to show you what we were 266. Oh, actually, the Chicago Post crime tally is actually a better story. Why is that? So the 2 of you are equal to the gold tag. Yeah, the 2 of you are equal to the gold tag. You then have 1, 2, 3 normal, plus then the double economy tag. And because I don't know whether... Yeah, so I don't think the position of the unique tags didn't count. Extra sales per unique tag increases. So like this is up to 50,000 because we have 22 unique tags. So it's like multiplicative, is it? What's the... So 253 times. So 50,600 divided by 22 is 2,300. Okay. So it starts at 200 and each extra tag, I think, increases it by 100. Is that the maths? Is that how it gets? 22 is worth 2,300 times. $22 times 23 is the maths on this 56. Wow, that's super cool. We have 7 pieces of paper spare. Well, I think we are going to need to spend points on more paper. So I need this story not to finish, and I don't think it will. So we are going to get the Power Broker, which is good. I would have preferred the 11th hour, but Power Broker is better than Climber. And we're going to get offered 2 ads. Now, if we'd got an extra politics story in, we would have been offered a 3rd ad, but with 3 pages, it's not like we can run more ads. There we go. Must print. 8 hours left on the baseball story. Print it. So just to confirm, getting all of Long Island, getting the mayor story for maxing out. Smash that box. Amazing. $285. Amazing. Economy is the method by which we prepare today to afford the improvements of tomorrow. 12 influence. 8,500, which is, I think, a 3 grand increase on the previous best. Long Island knocked out 4,000 new subscribers. Mayor happy. Want to get back to her ladyship. Well, maybe your little paper ain't so little after all. You've got guts and, more importantly, reach. I like that. And we are informational, so we acquire a training. It looks like we just have to not be in the left-hand side of modders. 2 ads are offered. I will show what they look like and then wrap up the stream, I think. Our costs went up 5%. So presuming just like a small salary inflation. I didn't hire anyone extra, I don't think. Francis is now 3. Debbie and Julia have both got better at their jobs. So I think the goal is to go Astoria to get to Courthouse next. Print Society the most. I still think, well, I ran all my society last week. Sport is going to be the lead. I have 1 society story. Ugh, sloppy production. On a 1 tagger, don't waste any time on that. I don't think I'm still in a great position to advance that. I'd want to carry. So I'll print 1 triumphant and 1 inspiring. There's a triumphant. It is old news. I don't have an inspiring, but it should show up if it's being asked for. You're only offering 2. 12, I can get this. I can improve that. Where was next? Where was next? Astoria was next. Triumphant, which is something we want to do. Perfect. I want to sit on 4 so I can buy the security boot. And then we need to start thinking about the magnifying glass, the marquette, and even potentially start just getting these passive generating desks. So I've got one here, there's one here. There'll be another one in here? No. Well, there's one here, court reporter. So there's one here, there's one here, there's one here for crime, politics, society. Then over this direction, the Ritz Theatre has the horoscope, which is entertainment. Oh, here's where there's an entertainment bonus. Found it. Ritz Theatre. I need to get the gramophone. We're 1 explorer away from getting that. I'd love to have a fame in the can. No, we are going to open ourselves up so we can defend against mobsters, really important. Defend against protesters, reasonably important, but not essential, since you can drag the stories off the reporters. Being able to defend against lawsuits, really important. I think the lawyer might be able to mitigate police fines. And then the only mitigation against the injury is the hospital, which is from the Navy. The other thing to start thinking about is opening up Europe, opening up the photography, and other options. The toolbox is really good. Like, it's things not being broken is really important. Oh, there's this sport which we need to improve. Clipboard is nice. It hangs on the wall, so that can boost 2 people. And there's the passive desk, whereas this sits on a desk and takes 2 spaces, so it's, you know, not as good. This sits on the floor and it's pretty big. Okay, so we're going to do the Empire. We're going to do a mayor mission, which is triumphant and inspiring. We're going to go Astoria, so we open up the courthouse. And I think we need to start thinking about saving money for more pages. Bulletin board and calendar, but I don't, that's on our bottleneck. And then pause. Here's ads. So they have an amount of money they'll give you, and they have a story. The story does count as the tag from a combo point of view, or a unique point of view. So we have an economy, Feldstein Notary Office, economy, it's worth 250. Crime, worth 250. So we look at what we think we're going to run. From a crime point of view, all our crime is old news. From an economy point of view, all our economy is old news. We do have old news hopeful. Okay, so we will say we'll do the economy story, but we don't have. It doesn't necessarily have to be her. Nobody else is better. Like, I don't think she's gained any experience. She's 0 experience. Oh shit, I got rid of her desk. Okay. She is paid 45 and has no skill. Works 35% faster, but it's very obnoxious and loud. Drowns out noise, granting immunity to all noise discomfort. I kind of like Vance for one of the... for like this photography job. Like, you're only 12% experience. And we are paying you $62, so he's cheaper. He is obnoxious, but he's faster at his job. So Evelyn is $45. Okay, Katie can stay, I suppose. Katie can stay. You know, we have a bonus engraver and a shitty telegrapher. But I like Vance. Yeah, so ads. You just assign them like you would a story. These guys are an authority around here. We'll take her a day because she's very unskilled. That then comes back. So she works at her desk. She will then bring, and it's now down here, and you can see it needs to go to the typesetter and the assembler. Same as one of these stories. So that's quite interesting. And then the other thing we got new was Power Broker, and I'll just show you. So this is, if I assign him in here, he'd spent 4 days on this, but then he would gain this as a trait. So she has a big bladder, and Julia has versatile. We have orderly, and we have resilient. So it just becomes an extra trait. Power Broker adds 12 hours to reporting time and an influence point to politics or economic stories. So you'd probably want to put it on somebody who could do both, which we don't have. Like, that is expensive, but if 12 hours on someone who is very experienced isn't the end of the world, because like each of these levels is taking a couple of hours off the job. So, you know, he is like several hours quicker at doing a politics story than say a Roxanne would be. Anyway, that is that's that new feature. We'll stop it there. We have advanced forward April 1931, so we've got a good chunk of extra time played here. We haven't grown, but we have the money to grow. But we have added engraving. We've added sales desk. We've added one more reporter who is currently broken. And we've set new sales records, 2,900. Sorry, nearly 2,900. We have advanced the moderate skill track, and we have informational, and we get bonuses for tag variety. We're another informational story paper away from unlocking a new bonus. So there's it was a really, really productive expansion. From a map painting point of view, we went and beat up the Observer in Garfield here, taking 4,000 subscribers off them in a massively scoopful week. There's 6,000 available here. Nice. And we are probably going to add another telegraphing station, but we're particularly interested in expanding our capabilities, but I think an extra telegraphing station and then sitting on 4K so that we can get security boot if we need it is probably what we're going to do. But let me know down in the comments what you think I should do for the next issue. I will probably be back on maybe Saturday. Earlier stream maybe Saturday afternoon. But otherwise, have a great one. For those of a USA persuasion, happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your week. For those in Europe, let's have it's life's pretty good over here. Have a great one. Thanks for watching.